What's going on, guys? Lokmanyu here, and welcome back to the first video of my YouTube channel in FIFA 23. I'm super excited to kick things off with the Premier League starter squad that will be about 150,000 coins that you can check out on the current market prices. Of course, I took an idea from previous year as well, but now that more people are packing these cards, they are now coming up with their prices on FUT, so you can definitely check it out. As you can see on the screen, just search for the player, you'll find the prices, and then you can make your team accordingly. And I know it's the early days, not everyone can have a meta squad, but there are some cheap meta players that are going to be really helpful when starting out in division rivals, for champs, and different objectives, etc. So without any more delay, let's just get into the video. Alright guys, let's check out the Premier League starter squad. As you can see on your screen, it's probably 75,000 coins, but of course as the game comes out, these prices are definitely going to increase, so that will reach up to 150,000 coins. Starting off with Marcus Rashford. He's a massive downgrade this year, but he's still a 5-star skiller. He's got decent pace still, and he's got that presence. You can definitely play him at a striker position. And Gabriel Jesus, the next up, he's going to be a striker. I've seen this guy in a lot of teams before as well. I don't know why, but he looks a bit of an upgrade this year, and he's a Brazilian, really good player. He's been performing well in real life as well, so you can expect a couple of informs for him as well in the future. You can just get a feel of his gold card before you get your hands on a probable team of the week or something. But then comes Anthony. Being a Manchester United fan, this guy is sort of special to me when I start in the starter squad. He's got 5-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot, and he's got 93 pace. Looks like a really decent card. 86 dribbling as well. The only problem is the 3-star weak foot, but if you play him on the wings, I think he should be really good. Really into 4, I believe. That is why I wanted him in my team. Then comes up the midfield. You see this Matheus Nunes card from Wolves. He looks like a decent shout. I mean, you can see the stats: 82 pace, decent shooting. I mean, it's really not bad for someone who plays an overall midfielder. Looks like a pretty decent card to me. Then we have Dennis Zakaria. You can see the pace stats are incredible. He's physically really strong, and he plays for Chelsea. So we don't even need the chemistry system, which is sort of like, I've got mixed opinions about it from the community as they talk about it, but you don't really need to care about the chemistry system if you're just making a Premier League squad. Then comes Lucas Paqueta. He looks like an overall beast to me. We all saw how he was in FIFA 22. He was really good when his top tier cards came out, but his base card this year looks really good as he's come to the Premier League in West Ham. You can see 85 dribbling, 79 passing, 78 shooting. Pace is of course a concern. He's the only guy, of course I'll be talking about the alternatives from the bench with what you can do with respect to this guy. Then comes Malacia. Again, being a United fan, I wanted to talk about him. He's such a good fullback. 85 pace, and you can see the dribbling stats are not that bad either. Basic defending stats and physicality as well. I think he should be really good for you for a very cheap price. Then comes Godfrey. Godfrey has a massive upgrade sort of with pace this year if I compare it to the last year's stats of his: 82 pace, 76 defending, 80 physical. He is one of those cheap beasts that you can have in your team for a very low price. Then we've got Manuel Akanji. Now Akanji, he's come to City, and as you can see, he's Swiss, and he links with Mbabu, which we're going to be talking about right now. So you can even put this guy in your hybrid team. 77 pace, not as much as Godfrey, but still very decent. 83 defending, which is very good to start with. One of your centre backs at least should have decent defending stats, and even physical is not bad either. Then comes Mbabu. 83 pace, that's decent enough to start with, I believe, in your starter squad with 83 pace, 81 physical as well. So you can expect those back post crosses to be defended by him as he's really tall as well. And then comes the goalkeeper, which is Pickford. The only reason I kept Pickford in this team, as you can see, is diving is 84, his reflexes are 87, which is the best part about it. Even his kicking is 87, and it looks like a very decent card for an 82 rated. Now we're going to be talking about the bench options. Now I know not everyone and a lot of people will have different opinions, a lot of options, which is why I've kept a bench. As you will be able to see it on your screen, we've got Alphonse Areola. You can probably play a put him in place of Pickford. He's got 85 diving, 84 reflexes. Pretty decent card in my opinion if your coins are less. Then Gomez. This guy's always around at the start of the game, and his top tier cards are also really good. So you can see this guy Gomez to be a very good shout for your team as well at the start. Then we've got Tierney, of course. That is a replacement for Malacia right here. Malacia's got a higher pace, just a little higher than Tierney, but you can see Tierney's overall card looks really good. He's got shooting in him as well, so you can probably replace him with Malacia depending upon the coins. Because one tip I will give definitely as a pro player as well, that I believe sometimes when you're less on coins you can replace your fullbacks, but you should never be compromising on your core. And when I say core, it means your striker, your centre midfielders and your centre back. That should not be compromised upon, and all the other players you can obviously switch around with the coins that you have. Hence Tierney is on the bench. Nelson Semedo looks like a decent shout. Again, same pace as Mbabu. He's a little more agile, his dribbling stats are better, and he'll feel a little quicker on the ball in my opinion if you're that kind of a player. Then we've got Fred. Now we all know how we feel about Fred in real life. He's just sometimes really good and sometimes he's a disaster most of the times, but in the game he's always had a stable stats to start with. A lot of starter squads will be having Fred in the team. You can see decent overall stats apart from the shooting, which of course is pretty realistic considering he's terrible with his shooting in real life, to be fair. Then this guy, I think he's a very good shout if you want to play in place of any other options that I spoke about in the midfield earlier, is Wepu, if that's the correct pronunciation for him. He's got 82 pace, 75 shooting, 72 passing, 75 dribbling, 72 defending and 78 physical, which I believe is pretty solid, and you can definitely play this guy in your team if you are low on coins considering the options that I suggested earlier. Then we've got Zaha. Now Zaha is a premium option. You can put him in place of Rashford. A lot of people will be keeping Zaha over Rashford for sure because he's got 91 pace, but the reason why I kept Rashford is shooting is a little better and he just feels like a better striker. Zaha on the other hand will be very good for you on the wings. Then we've got Lucas Moura, of course, really solid card at the start of every year. He's got 89 pace, 77 shooting, 85 dribbling. These are his key stats, I believe will really help you. Then we've got Isaac as an option. He's tall, he's strong, he's got 83 pace this year. He's come to the Premier League with Newcastle and I think he's going to be a decent shout if you're very low on coins. I believe people will even be making a 50k team, so I think this covers that as well. Then we've got Gonzalo Guedes. I think he looks like a really good shout as well this year. He's 4-star. He's got 86 pace, 83 shooting, I believe. Should not be that bad in my opinion. Then we've got Maximin. Of course, Maximin is a player who's got crazy amount of pace stats and he should be really good considering he can play on the wings with that pace and 88 dribbling, 5-star skill moves. What more do you require from Gucci, as we all call him? And then of course Perisic is an overall very good shout for a player like his caliber. I think he can be really good off the bench as well. You can see those stats, 78 pace, 81. He's an overall player who can come off the bench and help you with his high stats as well. He'll definitely be an asset off the bench or if you want to start him in your team. Alright guys, so that was your Premier League starter squad for just about 150,000 coins. They're going to help you get started with your FIFA 23 Ultimate Team grind. I personally cannot wait to get my hands on the game and get started just like everyone else. And I'll definitely be making more videos of other leagues and their teams, probably even a hybrid one, because with the new chemistry system you can experiment so much. And do let me know in the comments below what do you think about the chemistry system as well, because this is just the Premier League team and you don't really need to care about the chemistry when you're playing with a single league or a single nation or etc. But do note that these prices will change, and this prices that you see on the screen right now for 74,000 is definitely going to go up as soon as the game comes out, so keep that in mind and make your squads. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please drop a like, do subscribe to the channel. It's massively going to help me going forward in the FIFA 23 season, and like always, until next time guys, take care of yourselves and good luck for the season. Bye bye.